I do agree with LeBron to a point on the point he was making. And I must admit, and I've said this many times, no, I've said this many times on this and another show, that in this one regard, a part of me feels sorry for, only a part of me feels sorry for LeBron James. I've often called it the Shaq syndrome that LeBron suffers from. He's actually too good for his own good. He's too big and too strong and too powerful and too quick. And he doesn't get reffed fairly because the refs look at him as having such an advantage when he freight trains down the lane to the hole, as in, well, guys just bounce off him anyway. It doesn't seem to even affect his shot enough, so why should we call a foul on that or that or that? We got to let that one go because he punished that guy as much as that guy tried to foul him. And over time, I think he's had a lot of missed calls where players got away with fouling LeBron James and they shouldn't have gotten away with it. And the key one was, and this is where I have high regard for LeBron, he does not get technical fouls. He's had 2 this year, and the second one came last night, and it came courtesy of the previous play before this one. And if we could see this one, what happens is LeBron looks like he has an easy breakaway sort of layup, and as he's dribbling, driving to the basket,
he gets bumped.
But he said he heard Quinn Snyder, the Utah coach, yell to Sheldon Mack, foul him, because it's going to be a dunk, just foul him, send him to the free throw line. And he gets fouled, clearly, and yet there was no call on an ordered foul from the head coach on Sheldon Mack.
Correct.
And LeBron, high basketball IQ, is thinking, well, wait a second. The other coach ordered a foul on me that wasn't even called. That's unfair. Correct. So he complains about it, and he gets only his second technical foul of the year, and he was within his rights to get that technical foul. Now, if you want my deeper read on this situation, these referees are smart guys. They also have high basketball IQ, and they have deep reverence for the game of basketball. And I still believe, and I'm going to stand my ground on this, that it hurts LeBron with the officials that he is currently a 69% free throw shooter, because they're looking at him subliminally. This is deep psychology. They're looking at LeBron James as an all-time great player who doesn't make his free throws the way all-time great players made their free throws. If we go back to Magic, Bird, even Michael Jordan, we can go on and on. They all had much higher free throw percentage rates than LeBron's current 69%, which would be his career low. He's a 74% career free throw shooter.
He'll be somewhere around 74, 75 once the season's over.
It's not feeling like that to me. It feels like he's in an extended slump from the free throw line, and I think it's hurting him now getting the calls because the refs are thinking, well, if I give him that call, it's borderline, he'll go miss 1 or 2 anyway.
Man, stop, please.
Well, he always does, especially late in games. And I think it offends their sensibility as basketball worshipers. I think all those referees, they're steeped in it because they've grown up in the sport of basketball. And I think it offends them, their reverence, that LeBron doesn't make his free throws. Do you know how many thousands of points he's left on the table? It's called a free throw. Unchallenged, you stand at the line and you make your free throws. LeBron James should be an 85% free throw shooter. 69%?
A lot of guys have left points on the floor. But you know why? Shaq left 2,000, 3,000 because of injuries.
7-1. Okay, but
Michael Jordan left some because he retired for a year and a half, and then he retired again for 2.
But so we're not.
But I'm
talking
just
about
saying,
free throws.
I'm offended that they possibly could be offended. Do your job. Absolutely. Last night he should have gotten that foul call. LeBron James is the de facto best player in the NBA. He's the biggest face, the biggest star in the NBA, and he does not get calls of someone of his stature should receive. Skip, James Harden has shot 175 more free throws on only 2 more attempts driving to the basket per game. Mm-hmm. Now, James Harden is a diamond medallion with all the traveling that he does to get to the basket, and then they reward him by putting him on the foul line.
No, that's a Euro step. That's the Ginobili special.
He's a diamond medallion, which means he has 1,000,000 miles, all the traveling that he does. He picks the ball up, makes sure he got all his toiletries, he got the overnight stay, and he drives to the basket. You know that, I know that. Call it whatever you want to.
They're not going to call that. Nobody ever calls that.
They don't call fouls on LeBron when he gets going to the basket.
They don't call traveling on LeBron either.
Joy, I'm going to give you an opportunity to opine, but right now, just let me have my moment.
You know what? I like that moment.
I bet you do like that moment.
We needed that moment.
Can I ask you a question, though, Skip? I'm looking, and me and Steve, we looked at the rule book.
Mm.
I didn't see anywhere where they officiated the game because of size. I don't see anywhere that say if you 6'8", 250, and you had a decided disadvantage of probably the person that's guarding you, that we will or we won't call a foul.